Hello everyone. See, 2 weeks ago when I was on my annual leave, I was at Sarfari Firearms and the staff over there recommended me to buy a brick of CCI Clean 22 ammos. A brick of ammos, for those of you who don't know, is this one. So simply, it is just a pack of 500 rounds box, packaged up in a sleeve and being sold as a single unit. Well, holding this brick of 500 rounds in my hand feels very hefty and substantial, and it sure feels nice. Okay, so this brick here is going at Sarfari Firearms for $94, and that works out to be just under 19 cents per round. Given the fact that Clean 22 is of the higher velocity flavor, flying at 1253 feet per second, I think it's somewhat a reasonably priced item. I suppose the most unique and distinctive feature of Clean 22 is its red bullet, and here it is. CCI didn't make the bullet red so that you can match the color of your bullet to the color of your missus' dress. Rather, the redness that you see on the bullet is a layer of polymer coating. CCI claims on their website that this layer of polymer coating over the lead can prevent lead fouling of the barrel. That kind of brings an interesting question. Wouldn't that simply replace the lead fouling with the plastic or polymer fouling, given that now the very top layer of the bullet is now polymer? Or maybe perhaps polymer fouling of barrel is less of a problem than lead fouling of the barrel. Look, I really don't know. So if anyone knows the answer to that question, maybe you can comment below and give me a bit of education on this topic. I was also told by the staff there that Clean 22 is gonna be a more accurate shooting round than the Mini Mag, which I've been using quite a bit. And I suppose the person who told me that didn't simply make it up on the fly, as on CCI's website, they also mentioned that Clean 22 has a uniquely shaped bullet, which enhances its accuracy. But when I look at Clean 22 side by side with Mini Mag, I really couldn't tell if there are any differences. So I took them out to St. Mary's Indoor Range and have a shoot. And this was what happened. So we practiced at St. Mary's Indoor Shooting Range today to try out the differences between CCI Mini Mag and CCI Clean 22. And given that the Clean 22 is a round nose, so I bought an additional Mini Mag, which is also a round nose. So now they both has 40 grams and 1235 feet per second. So that should be a fair comparison. This is my setup here, a Savage A22R. It's on the bipod. I'll just hold the stock with my hand. As far as the target is concerned, that's our target today. So what I'll do is I'll shoot from the left column to the right column, and the upper ones are for the Mini Mag, and the lower one is gonna be for Clean 22. And then we're just gonna compare their accuracies a bit later on. Now, I thought we should send the target to just 20 meters here. Okay, let's go. Five rounds of Mini Mag. Okay, that was pretty good. Now, 5 rounds of Clean 22. Another 5 rounds of Clean 22. And this one is gonna be for center column, lower row. Kind of misfit here. Now I've cleared out the misfit. There we go. So that's the result we've got. Just by looking this, I really can't make up my mind which type of rounds is better. Just by looking at the first column here, the top one is the Mini Mag and the bottom one is Clean 22. Well, they both look pretty good, but Clean 22 seems a little bit more spread out than the Mini Mag, which it's a very good group. Moving to the second column, again the Mini Mag group is pretty good, but comparing to the previous one, it's a little bit more spread out. And in contrast, Clean 22 isn't too impressive. We kind of have got like 2 flyers over there, and so comparing to the previous group, there is a clear distinction there. And moving on to the third column, this time the top one, Mini Mag, that is not such a good group. We've got like 1 flyer there at the second ring. The rest of the 4 round, one of them is quite spread out, so that's not so good. And so as Clean 22, I wouldn't call that a good group. Looking at this result overall, I would actually say that this particular rifle, which is a Savage A22R, perhaps Mini Mag is slightly better than the Clean 22, which is supposed to be a more accurate shooting round. It's really a surprise to me because I was expecting Clean 22 to do a lot better than Mini Mag. But look, I don't know, maybe it's me, or maybe it's because how the gun's set up. It's just that in a way that it's gonna shoot better for the top row than the second row. So just now when I was shooting, I felt that the noise and recoil profile between the two are a bit different. So I thought what I'll do now is to make a direct comparison in terms of the noise and recoil profile between the two. So what I'll do is to shoot 4 alternating rounds between the Mini Mag and Clean 22. Okay, the rounds are loaded. Now, the first one to go is Clean 22. Okay. Now this is Mini Mag. And back to Clean 22. And now Mini Mag. Well, it's kind of hard to tell actually. I would actually say Mini Mag is slightly noisier, so it's got a bigger bang. In terms of the recoil, I also felt that Mini Mag is slightly heavier than Clean 22. I'm not sure if that's in my mind or if there's a real difference, because they both are 40 grain and they both are going at 1235 FPS and they both are round nose. But hey, anyway, that was how I felt. So in summary, while I must admit that the test I have done was rather crude, but if I were to have any takeaway from this test, no matter how crude it was, it would be this. Perhaps, maybe, and just perhaps, Clean 22 does not have an appreciable differences in terms of shooting accuracy when comparing to Mini Mag. Well, I know this can come down to lots of factors. One of the most obvious one would be the combination of the gun and the ammo. Maybe this gun just doesn't quite like Clean 22 and prefers to consume Mini Mag for lunch. Or maybe this was because of the shooter behind the rifle not doing it correctly, and in this case it would be me. But in any event, my conclusion from what I have done would be this. Perhaps Clean 22 is more for the maintenance of your barrel, e.g. preventing the lead fouling, than shooting accuracies. And now, time for a bit of preview. Recently, I bought this Merlin 1894 Dark Series chamber in .44 Magnum. Not only is such a cool looking gun, but I had a lot of fun shooting it. And doing this just makes me feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, not really, but you know what I'm trying to say. And obviously I have chosen the .44 Magnum flavor of this model to pay tribute to our beloved Inspector Callahan, aka the Dirty Harry. And this gun will be the subject of my next video, so stay tuned.